Tarrance Hopkins. I'm owner of Jesus Cares Ministry, and this is my story. I always used to have dreams that I would become a minister. I was like, how can I do that? I grew up fighting my way to get respect, and at the same time, I wasn't always churchly type of guy. I was always looking for different ways on how I can be accepted or be a friend. I found myself going down the wrong path, trying to prove myself to other people. Still had in my mind that I was going to be a minister. I was supposed to help people, but I was like, man, how? I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of. I'm taking money from people, fights, starting fights, bullying people and different things. How would God accept me if I'm doing all these bad things? But to be honest with you, I was raised in the church. My mom and my dad, they raised us up to be God-fearing men. My mom had 6 boys, I had 5 brothers, and I just chose a different path. I can remember at the time I was in Southwest Crossing. Dick Dowling Middle School was the school that we went to, and I remember being on the bus. Everybody on the bus were all just spitting on me and calling me all kinds of names, laughing at me, hitting me, doing all these kind of negative things to me. I was just like, man, how did I get here? Why would they do this to me? And I've always been kind, I've always been good, and just wanted to be accepted. I would hang around different people, and I knew my mom would tell us, make sure you guys stay out of trouble. So I started doing different things that was against what my mom and my dad raised us to do. I can remember my brother Corey and I it was after school. We didn't have the finest things. We didn't have good clothes or shoes. After school, it was at least 12 girls. They were cheerleaders and twirlers. They were circling around us and they were calling us all kind of mean names, calling us ugly. You guys, y'all would never be anybody good. You got pro wings on, shoes from the dollar store. I was like, man, one day, man, I promise you, man, I'm gonna make it. And I just had in my mind, I was like, you know what, man, I am ugly. I'm worthless, I'm nobody good, and I began to accept their negative words, and they began to have effect on me growing up. I still had a different agenda just to be liked. I went to different things that I knew wasn't right just to find myself. Let's fast forward. This was a time when I was in high school. People started liking me. I'm doing good, and then a crowd of people around me that were following me. I'm like, oh man, yes, I'm doing it. So one day, I had a dream. I was in church playing around, laughing and stuff like that, going to parties, and all of a sudden the scene switched, and it was like a church scene. In the church scene, the pastor was preaching, and this lady, she pointed her hand up in the air and said, he's here, he's finally here. Then I looked up, and it was Jesus. Like, come to me, my people. I told you my wait would not be very, very long. And I began to start seeing people just fly in the sky, fly in the sky. I can remember I came to Jesus, I was like, here I am, Jesus, your humble and faithful servant, Tarrance. And the Lord said, no. He said, Tarrance, you chose the world over me, and you can't come with me. And I was like, oh God, I said, please. I said, just give me one more chance. And then it was like, nah, Tarrance, it's too late. And he said, Tarrance, you made hell your eternal home. And I can remember he turned his back on me. All of a sudden, I woke up, and I was like, man, that's a dream. And I heard a voice said, Tarrance, I have given you another chance. And with that another chance, I would say, you know what, I'm gonna change my life around for the better. I was at the bus stop with my brother, and I told my brother, I said, you know what, man, you see this necklace? It's worth nothing. I want to live my life for God. Now I'm done with it. And I can remember throwing my Benjatine necklace over some houses. My brother Corey's like, Tarrance, man, what are you doing, man? And I'm changed, man. I'm changing, man. I'm done. I'm done living any kind of life. I'm done trying to prove myself to people. Now I'm going to just live my life for God because I'm on a mission to change the world. I'm living for God. I'm doing all these things that's pleasing to God's eyes. I came to a time when I was married, a beautiful wife, 3 amazing children, and I'm doing it. I'm doing good. Everything's working. It's going my way. I'm a youth pastor. Then all of a sudden, I went through something that hurt me the most. Found out my wife, who I love so much, and my pastor, who I really respected, my wife cheated on me with my pastor, and it hurt me. And man, these are the most 2 respected people I respected in the whole entire world. My pastor was like a father, like a friend, he was like a brother. And my wife, she was everything. She was my first kiss, the first person I gave myself to. She was my everything. I knew I was being tested by God. I found myself missing for 3 days in downtown Houston, Texas. My mind was pretty much going because I was like, man, what do I do now? I basically lost my family. I got arrested at church. All these different things began to fall apart. Then I kept this in mind, that every great man are going to go through great things in order to become greater. That trial that I went through, it was the saying like, what's a testimony without a trial? You have trials and tribulations that you can grow from. Don't allow for anything or no one to keep you down, but you gotta get up and keep going. So I kept on going, I kept on fighting, and I made my way through. I couldn't have been an effective pastor or a minister unless I felt the hurt of the people. I had to have experienced the hurt and the pain in order to understand people much more in a deeper way. I feel like you can go through life with ups and downs. If you look at it like good things can happen and bad things are gonna happen, what is your focus? If you're more focused on the bad than the good, you're gonna start feeling bad. Focused on the good than the bad, you're gonna start feeling good. Whatever your focus is will be how you feel. I choose to feel good. I choose to feel great. I choose to tell my story to help and empower and encourage many people. Hey, if you just fall down, pick back up. Come back stronger. Come back greater. Come back wiser. Come back ready. Because any and everything that you're going through will begin to turn into every single thing that you guys made it through. So that's my story. And I can remember looking up to the sky and saying, you know what? I don't know what's going on, but I trust you. I trust you, God. This is something hard for me. You won't put too much on us of what we can bear. I believe this is gonna make me. I remember drying my tears from my eyes, getting up and walking right back home. When I woke up, it was just like, hey, this is a new day. I did this for the past almost 2.5 years. Man, our ministry actually started off because I found myself in a dark road. But I said to myself, now since I felt the hurt of the people, there's people who've been bullied, going through a divorce, separation, or best friends or good friends that betrayed them. I felt all of this hurt. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reach back out to the people. And I'm gonna encourage and inspire, motivate, just help them and encourage them. Like the same God that could change me, it's the same God that can change you. You can make it. I'm a living testimony of it. But my whole why to why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I felt the hurt, I felt the pain, I felt the betrayal, I felt all of that. What I felt is what also made me. Many people will try to bury with their lies and different things to hurt you. Little did they know that you were a seed and they only help you grow. My ministry, we go to the hospitals, nursing homes, prisons. These are the places where people feel like nobody cares. And I tell people, you know what? I'm proof of Jesus caring. When we go into these different neighborhoods that are gang related, reach out to these kids, we prepare our kids for unexpected hits. We tell our kids, an unexpected hit catches you off guard, you can also bounce back from that. Always be ready for the unexpected. Continue to keep on going, because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.